Imagine a giant metal box, bigger than a small room, drifting across the ocean, carrying the goods that fill our stores, our homes, our lives. For weeks, it bounces on waves, navigating through storms, port after port, and finally reaches the bustling docks of an American city. It's supposed to deliver value, to connect continents, to make commerce possible. And yet, in some cases, the moment it arrives, it is abandoned, left to rust, sometimes literally thrown away. It seems almost unthinkable. Why would a country like America, an economic powerhouse that relies on imports, simply discard something as valuable as a shipping container? The answer is not simple, but it's a story that touches on global trade, supply chains, economics, and the unexpected consequences of a world built on convenience. To understand this, we need to start with the shipping container itself. The invention of the modern shipping container revolutionized the way the world traded goods. What used to be a labor-intensive process of loading and unloading loose cargo became a highly efficient system of standardized metal boxes that could move seamlessly from ship to train to truck. Suddenly, globalization wasn't just a concept, it was a reality built out of steel and numbers. And China, with its booming manufacturing sector, became the world's factory, filling millions of these containers with everything from electronics to toys to furniture. But here's where the story begins to twist. While these containers were designed to move in a loop export, import, return, they don't always make it back. Public speculation and industry analysis suggest that a combination of logistical headaches, economic incentives, and practical challenges has created a situation where these containers often pile up on American soil, sometimes permanently. The first piece of the puzzle is the imbalance of trade. For decades, America has imported far more from China than it has exported to it. This trade imbalance means that containers loaded in China often arrive in U.S. ports full, but return trips are far less frequent and far less profitable. Empty containers are, in theory, supposed to be shipped back to China to carry new goods. But each return trip costs money, fuel, labor, port fees, and sometimes the cost exceeds the value of sending an empty box halfway across the world. Some shipping companies and logistics experts explain that when the math doesn't add up, they face a choice. They can pay to ship the empty container back, effectively absorbing a loss, or they can leave it behind, sell it locally, or scrap it. And that's how a metal box designed for the high seas can end up parked in a dusty lot, abandoned, or repurposed into something entirely new. Then there are human and environmental factors. Ports in America are often congested, and handling containers is expensive. Workers, equipment, and storage space all come at a premium. Some reports suggest that smaller, older containers, those that have endured years of trans-Pacific journeys, might not meet the rigorous standards for international shipping anymore. Repairing them is costly, and compliance with safety regulations can be strict. It might be far easier and cheaper to sell or even scrap a container domestically than to attempt to return it to China. And yet, there's more to the story than just numbers and regulations. There's also a fascinating cultural and economic phenomenon: the secondary life of these containers. In some parts of the U.S., abandoned shipping containers have found new purposes. They become storage units, makeshift offices, pop-up shops, and even modern homes. Architects and designers have embraced the industrial aesthetic, turning what was once maritime infrastructure into functional, creative spaces. The containers, in a sense, are recycled into human use, proof that even when logistics fail, innovation finds a way. But here's a question that often surprises people. How many of these containers are we actually talking about? Estimates vary, but some industry insiders hint at millions of containers lingering in ports and industrial lots across the country. That's millions of steel boxes, originally intended for global trade, now sitting idle. And it raises another layer of curiosity: what happens when these containers are left too long? How does it affect local economies, land use, and even the environment? The environmental angle is particularly interesting. While some containers are repurposed, many others are eventually scrapped. Scrapping a container involves melting down the steel, which consumes energy but also allows the metal to be reused. It's a small silver lining, but it's also a reminder that even seemingly mundane objects in global trade carry environmental consequences. Meanwhile, the sight of row upon row of unused containers at a port can be a stark visual reminder of the complexities and inefficiencies inherent in global commerce. Economics plays a surprisingly large role. Shipping containers, despite being ubiquitous, are expensive assets. They are tracked, insured, and depreciated over time. When a container becomes damaged or outdated, or when the cost of returning it to its point of origin outweighs its value, companies face a decision. They must decide to keep it in limbo, invest in repair, or liquidate it locally. Some reports suggest leaving containers in America can be more profitable. Buyers, from small businesses to entrepreneurs, purchase these containers for storage or conversion projects. Local scrapyards also profit from dismantling and reselling the metal. So while the container may have failed in its original role as a shipping vessel, it can still generate value in other ways. This situation also reveals the fragility and complexity of global trade networks. Each container represents a microcosm of international relations and labor costs. When containers aren't returned, it can create cascading effects. Shortages in China might delay production or increase costs for exporters. Meanwhile, ports in the U.S. might face storage constraints or logistical headaches. It's a delicate balance, and small inefficiencies ripple across oceans. There's also a human element. In some communities, shipping containers have become part of the landscape. Entrepreneurs see opportunity where others see waste. Families use containers to create affordable housing solutions. Artists transform them into installations. Workers and residents navigate living near these massive structures. Public speculation suggests these containers tell a story about adaptation and resilience, how society can repurpose global trade artifacts into practical and creative solutions. Here's an unexpected twist. While many containers are abandoned or repurposed, there are also reports of containers being lost at sea during storms, accidents, or operational errors. While these are relatively rare, they add another layer to the narrative of trans-Pacific shipping. Containers aren't just sitting idle, they can become a hazard. They contribute to ocean debris or create challenges for maritime safety. It's a reminder that each container has a journey, and some don't end neatly in a port lot. Stepping back, the story of America's abandoned shipping containers is really a story about the global economy itself. It's about how goods, labor, and capital move around the world in ways that are efficient but imperfect. It's about how a simple object, a steel box, can illuminate trade imbalances, logistical challenges, economic incentives, and human ingenuity all at once. And it's a story that is still unfolding. Analysts believe that as global supply chains evolve, the patterns we see today may gradually change. Right now, international trade often moves in uneven directions. Containers filled with goods travel from manufacturing hubs to consumer markets, but many return empty. These empty containers can pile up at ports, taking up valuable space and creating additional costs for shipping companies. However, experts suggest technological and structural changes could reduce these inefficiencies. Automation is expected to play a major role in this transformation. Advanced tracking systems, artificial intelligence, and real-time data analytics are helping companies better predict demand. With smarter forecasting tools, logistics providers can plan routes more efficiently and anticipate where containers will be needed next. Instead of sending them back empty, companies may redirect them. This not only reduces waste but also lowers transportation costs and improves overall efficiency. New trade agreements could also help balance global flows of goods. When countries reduce tariffs and simplify customs procedures, trade becomes smoother and more evenly distributed. This may encourage two-way trade rather than one-sided shipping patterns. As imports and exports become more balanced, the number of empty containers accumulating in certain ports could decrease significantly. Innovative logistics strategies are another important factor. Some companies are experimenting with shared container pools, regional redistribution hubs, and more flexible leasing systems. Rather than automatically returning containers to their country of origin, businesses can repurpose them within the region where they are already located. This approach minimizes unnecessary transport and reduces environmental impact, which is increasingly important as industries work towards sustainability goals. At the same time, the secondary use of shipping containers continues to grow. What was once considered surplus or waste is now being transformed into something valuable. Containers are being converted into offices, cafes, pop-up retail spaces, storage facilities, and even residential homes. Architects and entrepreneurs see them as affordable, durable, and modular building blocks. As creativity and commercial innovation expand, these steel boxes are finding entirely new lives beyond their original purpose. In the coming years, the combination of smarter technology, improved trade cooperation, and creative reuse may reshape how the world manages container flows, turning a logistical challenge into new economic opportunities. Closing thoughts. Think about it. In every corner of the world, containers silently connect millions of lives. Yet many of them end up sitting idle, forgotten, or transformed into something unrecognizable. They are at once symbols of globalization and local ingenuity. They tell stories of imbalance and opportunity, of waste and adaptation. In the end, a shipping container is not just a metal box. It's a mirror reflecting the complexity, contradictions, and creativity of our modern world. If this story made you pause and see the world a little differently, share your thoughts. Have you ever encountered a repurposed shipping container in your city or imagined what it could become? And if you found this journey through the world of containers fascinating, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the unexpected corners of our global economy. Every view, every comment, every share helps keep these stories alive. And who knows what ordinary object we'll explore next?